in civil number 12-1-0805, Nation Star Mortgage versus Rogelio Maka Hau. Okay. Pardon me?
I filed bankruptcy.
If you're telling me you filed bankruptcy again, your bankruptcy was dismissed to my understanding.
Yeah, because I have some
Well, let's stop for a second, ma'am. I was ordered by the court to make this auction, and if you're telling me that there's been a new bankruptcy filed, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
When was that filed?
Just before noon.
Before noon?
Noon in Honolulu. And I have a copy.
I'd like to, could you come forward and get on camera? We might as well get this all on tape. So you filed a second bankruptcy?
Yeah.
Can you show me the paperwork? I can see that a petition for bankruptcy, this is not file marked.
I can get you the case number.
Well,
my friend
ma'am, I'm not here. I'm here to sell the property, and it's your job to get this done before today.
Okay.
If it's not done, and you don't have a file marked copy of a bankruptcy petition.
My friend is
Well, I don't know who your friend is,
Okay.
but I'm just telling you that I'm supposed to be conducting this auction now.
Okay, I will get you.
Is there anyone else interested in participating in the auction?
Yes, sir.
And do you have money to show me that would allow you to be a bidder?
Actually, we're more interested in watching the process to see how
Well,
it works.
This
And
is not
we're-
usually how the
Is
process
this
works.
the house in Wailuku?
Yes, it is a house in Wailuku at 416 Maka Hau.
And you can show them any amount
Well, what you have to do is show me a cashier's check or
or
cash
cash.
in an amount equal to what your maximum bid is going to be. I mean, I'm not going to reveal it to anybody, but if, as an example, if you were going to bid $100,000, you should at least show me a cashier's check of 10.
Yes.
And as another example, and not that I recommend it or don't recommend it, if you were going to bid 3, some people will have, or 4, they'll have 2 20s or 20 and 10 and 10 so that they don't have to cash a whole
Check.
check for it.
Understood. Understood.
That's not a problem, but what happens now with this?
Well, what's happening is, this is Mrs. Maka Hau, the defendant in the case, and she's telling me she's refiled her bankruptcy. And her bankruptcy, to my understanding, was dismissed last November because she didn't file the appropriate papers. Understanding that I am not the judge, and I'm not acting as an attorney in this case, I would expect I see something that would give me enough evidence
To halt the proceeding.
to halt the proceeding. I'm giving her the courtesy of calling, quote unquote, her friend. I'm not familiar enough with bankruptcy proceedings to know whether or not.
Sufficient.
No, please give me that case.
And whatever sale happens or auction happens still has to be confirmed by the court.
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Do you have any idea what you expect this house to go for?
Well, I have an idea what the lender has asked me to put in as a solitary bid, and I have a pretty good idea that there's nobody here with money to bid.
Right.
So I think I have a very good idea what the end bid's going to be, but I'm
I
extending
can
it.
run to the bank like across the road and get a cashier's check.
Well, you should have it now, if you're serious.
Right.
Okay.
Like
That's all I could tell you.
Understood. We primarily came to learn how the process works.
Well, get close to this guy.
Okay.
He's the master.
So are we going to take a break or are we going forward?
We're going to take a,
You
well,
know what? You're in violation of Chapter 13. That's all I gotta say.
you're not an attorney.
Yes.
Your
I just
attorney,
did.
all right, who did you call? Melody Aduha withdrew as your attorney yesterday.
I fired her because he's not doing the banking.
You have her on,
Yeah.
you told me
It's
you
not
fired
over
Mrs.
my-
Aduha, right? And who's your new attorney?
Melody Adoga is no longer my lawyer.
She's no longer your attorney. Who's
Yeah.
your attorney now?
I'm doing it my own already. I'm
So-
just saying.
So have you filed all the preliminary papers for Chapter 13?
Yes, today. So
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the case number. But my friend is just I
Can you give me the case number now, since
Yeah.
you say you
Wait.
filed it already?
Can you like within 5 minutes?
I'm not
please?
going to. If you already filed, you should have the case number now.
My friend is in there right now filing for me.
Oh, they haven't filed yet.
No, he's filing now, right there.
Well,
but
I'm
the line
conducting
is-
the auction. My name is Guy Haywood. Mrs. Magbual is telling me that she's in the process of filing a Chapter 13. She has not given me the name of her attorney. She's told me that her friend is filing. I'm conducting the auction. According to my clock, it's 12:08. I'm conducting an auction for real property located at 416 Maka Hau, Wailuku, tax map key 235-03502. At the outset, I have announced, and I will announce a second time, if there's anyone here with sufficient funds to show me, to indicate a desire to bid, and although there are people here listening, they have not indicated so. Mrs. Magbual, are you interested in bidding?
I'm interested in bidding,
Okay, and do you have money to show me in the form of a cashier's check?
not a cashier's check.
Then that's not good enough. You have to have that for me.
Or cash.
Okay.
Are you gonna ask if we wanna know the terms?
Okay. Do you want to know the terms, Jeff?
No, I don't wanna know the terms. I'm familiar with them.
Okay, okay. Is there anyone else who wants to know the terms
Yes,
of the
please.
bidding?
Yes.
Normally what you would do is you would come to the, better yet, the terms of the sale, the property is sold as is without any representations or warranties as to title or possession, and there's no upset price. The commissioner shall accept the highest bid for the subject property, and 10% of the bid price shall be paid down in cash, certified check, or cashier's check upon the conclusion of the public auction. The balance of the purchase price shall be paid concurrently with the delivery of documents transferring title. If the balance is not paid upon the tender of the conveyance documents, the 10% deposit may be forfeited. The purchaser shall pay the costs of conveyancing, recordation, and conveyance taxes, title insurance, all escrow costs, title reports, and all other costs of closing. The purchaser shall be responsible for all costs incurred in securing possession of the subject property. Plaintiff, which is the lender here, may credit bid. The sale shall be subject to approval of the court after submittal to the court of the commissioner's report. The court will allow taking of additional bids at the confirmation hearing, provided that said bids are at least 5% higher than the successful bid at the public auction. Neither the availability of title insurance nor securing possession of the mortgaged property shall be a condition of closing. Is there anyone here who has any questions about the notice?
The position of the existing lender, they foreclosed upon the first position, correct, not the second?
To my understanding, this is the first mortgage that's being foreclosed upon.
Is there a second?
That's for you to do your own diligence.
Due diligence.
I have not done a title report. Mrs. Magbual, are you interested in
No,
bidding?
but I wanted to file a lawsuit against you, but I want
That's
to
fine. You're entitled
yeah,
to
can
file.
I have your name?
Yes, my name is Guy Haywood.
Okay, I will.
And in fact, you have
Thank you.
paperwork from me, and you've sent letters to me, and you've
Yes.
sent emails to me.
Yes.
You also filed papers in my office.
Yes.
And for your understanding, if you want to send something to me, Post Office Box 547, Kula, Maui, Hawaii. And Mrs. Magbual,
Okay,
just so I understand, your friend is in the process of filing your bankruptcy petition as we
Yeah,
speak.
because I cannot fly in.
Oh, I understand what you can and
so I
cannot
have
do.
to do a cargo.
Oh, well, I'm not sure what you're doing, but your friend is supposedly filing bankruptcy, but you don't have a filed paper yet. do
I
you?
have a papers that I sent.
You don't have a file marked paper from the bankruptcy
That's
court.
why I'm waiting. She's
Okay.
in line right now.
Okay, well, you may be in line. That's fine. As far as I'm concerned, and by the way, ladies, are there any of you who would like to, as a result of what I've already said, would you have any other comments? As respects the sale.
No, sir. I don't think that a bid of $100 would suffice.
I don't think so either. I'm opening the bidding for the property that I've previously announced, and I've been empowered by the Nation Star Mortgage LLC to make a bid on their behalf, a one-time bid of $530,359.24. Do I hear any additional comments? Mrs. Magboal, can you hear me? Mrs. Magboal, the bank has bid 530,359.24, and that would be a credit bid, and I'll be filing a commissioner's report to follow up on that. Mrs. Magboal, you might as well give me your address just so I can be sure where you live. Is it the foreclosed property where you're getting your mail? Mrs. Magboal?
Yes.
Is your address the property address still for mailing purposes?
Yeah.
So if I mail you copies of paperwork, it goes to that address?
Just mail some papers to me.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the case so that I can give it to you.
Well, I've already conducted the auction, and I'm wondering if you could tell me what your home address is for mailing purposes. In any event, I have not heard any additional bids. I made a one-time bid on behalf of the lender, once, twice, 3 times. The auction is closed.
Thank you.
Ladies?